Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to tell you my next business problem, which is solving low pain problem. Now, let me tell you a story around this, okay? Well, I had this project in December 2024, and then in that project, I have to implement this e-learning software to a certain hospital. And in a hospital, they actually have two groups of people. No, I mean this e-learning software actually is was used for these two groups of people. You can say two groups of department. The first department is the training team, and the second department is the clinical instructor team. Basically, for this clinical instructor or CI team, they teach new nurses. That's what it means basically, okay? So again, e-learning software for hospital for two departments, two group of people. Training team and CI team, clinical instructor team. In that project, I spent like 85% of my resource and attention for the training team, and the rest 15% I spent it on the CI team. Now, look here, this is what makes this part so memorable to me, okay? So, although I spent 85% of my resources to the training team, okay? So what I mean is that I made a feature for them. I asked them, how about this? How about that? Do you like this? Do you dislike it? What makes you not use this certain feature? And I always follow them up in the WhatsApp Messenger. So I kind of chase them over and over again, making sure my product, my features fulfill what they need for this training team's need. Okay, but look here, this is what makes it interesting. Okay, this is what makes it interesting. It turns out the training team doesn't chase me back. Okay, so what I mean is that they don't really. So the project was start. Okay, and I always chase this training team. Again, I make a feature for them, ask them whatever. But the training team didn't ask me back, like chase me back. They didn't ask, how is the project? How is the feature? Hey, please, can you make this one work for me? Or like, okay, so actually for that one is like, so I mean, they don't really chase me back. So it felt like they don't really need the product. Okay, it felt like this product doesn't really solve their problem, doesn't doesn't really give any impact for them. And on the other hand, for the clinical instructor team, which I spent only 50% of my resource, it was so different. They are more responsive to my message, and they are willing to give me so many information related to their job, and they they follow me up, ask me back, like telling me, hey, Mas Adil, there is this event, can you come help me us trying the e-learning software, whatever. So very different approach, very different response from the CI team and the training team. And after I think about it, okay, at that moment, of course, when I got this project at first, at the beginning, the the one who asked me out to do this project is one of the management in that hospital, and he asked me to make a video, a certain feature, like okay, let me make it more precise here, a video that contains quiz inside it, and let's call this stuff called video quiz, okay? So this management guy asked me to implement a video quiz through e-learning. Therefore, we can measure, we can assess how is the students, that the new nurses or the new employees, and train them and assess them how well they are. And that is literally the first thing that he asked me to do. And this question, this feature, this request about video quiz actually came a lot in the process, okay? In the project. So when we met up, we kind of mentioned about, oh yeah, this video quiz, how much time can we save with this video quiz? How much value can we get from this video quiz? So this term video quiz always came up. And of course, the CI team also mentioned that they have this problem related to always teaching the student, and it's kind of not enjoyable, or I don't know whether it's not enjoyable, but they don't really want to do that, and they kind of want to make a video so the students, so the new nurses of CI team can watch that video instead and learn them. And you see, this video is actually related to SOP, which means it is very important, right? It is very, it is to demonstrate what is the right thing to do with this video. And of course, again, this is video quiz, this is in e-learning, we can assess them with that video in that manner. What I mean by telling you this is, after I think about it, this video quiz is the thing that the most important solution, and the solution is only for the CI team, not for the training team. And so I actually received this report. So you see, the request was all about video quiz, but I made an initiative by myself by asking the people, those teams, and I asked them what is their problem, and I realized that the training team kind of have this, we want to make a report, etc., 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 etc. And I thought to myself, okay, why don't I make this automation report generation so we can save time of those people, of this training team. I thought about that myself, okay? So I think I want to solve the training team's problem by making a certain automation so we can save their time. But this notion, this initiative is absolutely wrong. Yes, indeed, it solves their problem, but it is a low-pain problem actually, because it turns out for the training team, the biggest problem that they have in their current stage at that moment in this hospital is that how to make sure the employees came to attend a training, and how to make sure the instructor of the training also come. So that's their concern. So there was this meeting with them, okay? And one of the things that they ran is about, hey, this employee never comes to the training. It's kind of a pain, and there's also one of them said like, oh, this teacher, this instructor training kind of changed their days many times, kind of sucked there. So that is their biggest problem at that time. And really, man, it was like, so you see, it is at that moment it was really emotionally painful for me. So you see, it was as if it is okay. So I made an analogy about this. Like, I am in love with a certain girl. So I like this girl. I want to date her or whatever. Okay. So I'm romantically interested with this girl. So because I'm in love with this girl, I chase him over and over again. I try to message her all over again. I try to hit her, whatever. So I kind of try my best so I can be close to her. Try my best to chase her, to have a good relationship with her. But if that girl doesn't chase me back, doesn't do the same thing as mine, like really doesn't give any effort to get close to me, to do anything to me, it won't be fun, man. It sucks. It's emotionally painful. So in this analogy, it means that that girl doesn't really need me. And I think this analogy works really well in this story of mine. So this e-learning software just it doesn't really solve the biggest problem of the training team. On the other hand, this e-learning software solves the biggest problem, like not biggest actually, but a big problem, a big painful problem of the CI team. And that's why the CI team is more cooperative to me compared to the training team, because again, big I'm sorry, like low pain problem for training team, but big pain problem for the CI team. And so I of course I wasted my resources, I wasted my time, my energy in this project, because again I spent 85% for the training team and the other 15% for the CI team. And it should be like the other way around. In fact, it should be like 100% for the CI team, if that is the case. So this is my mistake, and yeah, I hope I can prevent this from happening again. So the moral of the story is, we should always solve the biggest problem of our niche, or at least a big problem, not a biggest problem, but at least a big problem for them. If it is just a low pain problem, just don't do it. At least for me, don't do it, man. At least I won't do it if it is just a low pain problem, because if we solve their big problem, or at least we promise that we will solve their big problem, they will be more cooperative. They will try to hit you out, to chase you out. So in other words, and yeah, they will love you out because of that. And because they tried their best to get to you out, to get yourself out, to help. I mean, because of that, I will love them too. It is easier to love someone who loves you compared to love someone that doesn't love you, right? It is easier to serve someone that needs your solution compared to serve someone who doesn't really need your solution. Okay, so this is actually a good quote from mine. Actually, it is easier to solve someone's. It is easier to serve someone who really needs your problem compared to serve someone who doesn't really need your solution. Again, this is because the one who really needs your solution will desperately chase you out, while the one who doesn't really need your solution won't really chase you out. And yeah, that is the biggest takeaway from this project. It took me 3 months once again. And oh yeah, and again, if we try, if the clients, the customers doesn't chase you out, it's not enjoyable, man. And so what I felt back at the time while trying to get after the training team, it's not enjoyable. It's not a really enjoyable process. Yeah, it wasn't really an enjoyable process. So that is one thing that I have to take away. So please don't make the same mistake as mine. It took me 3 months to realize this problem of mine. And the last one is actually interesting, okay? So of course, in this entrepreneurship journey, I read a book, okay? There's no way I don't go into it without any guide. So I read the book. And in that book, actually it is from Alex Hormozzi's book, 100 Million Offers. And that book, I should choose a market with a lot of pain, with there's a big painful problem. Also, I already know that I should solve someone with big problem. It doesn't really came up to me. It doesn't really comes up to me. I don't feel like I got changed by that statement, you know. And I feel like this is because I've no it doesn't contain, yeah, that book doesn't contains a story in that part and that pain part, and that's why I I did the mistake. Yeah, I did the mistake because of that. Therefore, in order to change someone else, we need a story to wrap it up. Yeah, that's one thing that I've learned to gain. So I guess that's all for this. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want. And yeah, see you around. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.